Mindset. Mindset.
World into one vast organization to plant the banner of freedom on the great continent of Africa. If Europe is for Europeans, then Africa is for the black peoples of the world. Men and women as black as I am, and even more so, had believed themselves white under the West Indian order of society. I was simply an impossible man to use openly the term Negro, yet everyone beneath his breath was calling the black man a nigger. I had to decide whether to please my friends and be one of the black whites of Jamaica and be reasonably prosperous, or come out openly and help improve and protect the integrity of the black millions and suffer. I decided to do the latter. There is no future for a people who deny their past. My foreparents, my grandparents, my mother and father did not suffer and die to give me an education to oppress, slight, or discourage my people. Whatsoever education I acquired out of their sacrifice of over 300 years, I shall use for the salvation of the 400 million Negroes of the world. And the day when I forsake my people, may God Almighty say there shall be no more light for you. I unequivocally rejected the racist assumptions of much white American Christianity, namely that God had created the black man inferior and that he had intended Negroes to be a servant class, users of wood and drawers of water. I predicated my view of man and the doctrine of Imago Dei. All men, regardless of color, were created in the image of God. From this premise followed the equality of all men and also the brotherhood of all men. The biblical injunction of Acts 17:26 reminds us that he created of one blood all nations of men to dwell on the face of the earth. I was most interested in brotherhood within his own race. If Negroes are created in God's image and Negroes are black, then God must in some sense be black. If the white man has the idea of a white God, let him worship his God as he desires. We have found a new ideal. Whilst our God has no color, yet it is human to see everything through one's own spectacles. And since the white people have seen their God through white spectacles, we have only now started out to see our God through our own spectacles. We believe in the God of Ethiopia, the everlasting God, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, the one God of all ages. That's the God in whom we believe. We shall worship him through the spectacles of Ethiopia. Do you know what it means to be a man? To be a man is to bear resemblance of the Creator, the image of the Creator. If you are conscious of the fact that you are created in the image of the Creator, then you are a man. Man is a religious being, that is to say, he must have some kind of belief, call it superstition or not. Man who has started to think traces his origin beyond man, and such has been groping in the dark to find out the source from whence he came, and by our own intuition, we have attributed that source to something beyond us, and in so believing, we accept the idea of a religion. Some make our God a God of fire, some make our God a God of water, some make our God a God of elements, and others of us accept the Christian belief. Man's religion is something we cannot eliminate from his system or destroy in him. Therefore, it is folly for any man to go about attacking another man's religion, because to him it is fundamental. You may be a Christian, you may be a Mohammedan, that is your religion. We are all entitled to our religious beliefs. Some of us are Catholics, some of us are Presbyterians, some of us are Baptists, and we deem it a right to adhere to our particular belief. The white world has always tried to rob and discredit us of our history. They tell us that Tutankhamun, the king of Egypt, who reigned about the year 1350 BC, was not a black man, that the ancient civilization of Egypt and the pharaohs was not of our race. But that does not make the truth unreal. Every student of history of impartial mind knows that we once ruled the world, when white men were savages and barbarians living in caves, that thousands of Negro professionals at that time taught in the universities of Alexandria, then the seat of learning. No black man shall be truly respected until the race as a whole has emancipated itself through self-achievement and progress from universal prejudice. The black man will have to build his own government, industry, art, science, literature, and culture before the world will stop to consider him. Until then, we are but wards of a superior race and civilization and the outcasts of a standard social system. One of our problems historically is that we have always been reacting to initiatives taken by other people. To fight for African redemption does not mean that we must give up our domestic rights. It does not mean that we must become disloyal to any government or to any country wherein we were born. We can be as loyal American citizens or British subjects as the Irishman or the Jew, and yet fight for the redemption of Africa and complete emancipation of the race. We believe in the United States Constitution for the Americans, but we stand for the idea of Africa for the Africans. It is not our intention, our purpose to send all black people back to Africa. No. Those of us who go to Africa will become pioneers, pilgrim fathers of the new nation. It is the decision of the black man to make Africa a nation to which we can look for help and support, moral and physical, when ill-treated or abused for being black people. A strong man is strong everywhere. The first black heavyweight boxing champion of the world was Jack Johnson. He was a strong man, and he was strong everywhere he went. He had beaten his white opponents in Australia, he had beaten them in the United States, and he can beat them wherever they presented themselves. The African race could be like Jack Johnson. If it became strong in Africa, then it could be strong everywhere. For 250 years, we have struggled under the burden and rigors of slavery. We were brutalized, we were maimed, we were killed, we were ravaged in every way. We are men, we have souls, we have passions, we have feelings, we have hopes, we have desires like any other race. The cries raised all over the world, of Canada for the Canadians, of America for the Americans, of England for the English, of France for the French, of Germany for the Germans. Do you think it unreasonable that we, the blacks of the world, should raise a cry of Africa for the Africans? The Negro is a man. We represent the new Negro. His back is not yet to the wall. We do not want his back to the wall because that would be a peculiar and desperate position. We do not want him there. It is because of this that we are asking for a fair compromise. The Belgians have control of the Belgian Congo, which they cannot use. They have not the resources to develop, nor the intelligence. The French have more territory than they can develop. There are certain parts of Africa in which you cannot live at all. Now it is for you to come together and give us a United States of Africa. We are not going to be a race without a country. God never intended it, and we are not going to abuse God's confidence in us as men. We are men, human beings, capable of the same acts as any other race, possessing under fair circumstances the same intelligence as any other race. Africa has been sleeping, not dead, only sleeping. Today Africa is walking around not only on its feet, but on its brains. You can enslave, as was done for 300 years, the bodies of men. You can shackle the hands of men. You can shackle the feet of men. You can imprison the bodies of men, but you cannot shackle or imprison the minds of men. Dive down, black men, and dig. Reach up, black men and women, and pull all nature's knowledge to you. Turn you around and make a conquest of everything, north and south, east and west. And then when you have wrought well, you will have merited God's blessing. You'll have become God's chosen people, and naturally you'll become leaders of the world. And as you bow down to the white man today, so will other races bow down to you and call you a race of masters because of the superiority of your minds and your achievements. No race has the last word on culture and on civilization. You do not know what a black man is capable of. You do not know what he's thinking. You are thinking in terms of battleships, of dreadnoughts, of submarines, of aeroplanes. Do you know what we are thinking about? That is our own private business. So give us credit for being able to use our minds. And with people becoming conscious of themselves, determined to use their minds, you do not know to what extent they can go. Liberate the minds of men, and ultimately you will liberate the bodies of men. Do you know that the black man is thinking in terms of perpetual motion? He's also thinking in terms of the hidden mysteries of the world, and you do not know what the oppressed and depressed by virtue of his condition and circumstance may give to the world as a surprise. Do you know that when men are forced to do things, they do them with greater effect than when they're not forced to do them? Are you going to force us into a corner where we have to think and think evil? For God's sake, do not force 280 million black men to think evil as to be a menace to the world. Do not force us to think that way. Give us a chance to live in ease as you are living, so that we can bring out those latent hidden powers which made a Newton, give us a Huxley and a Darwin. We are capable of giving such men to the world if forced into a corner to think. We are a peace-loving people. We love humanity. We love the white race, not for social fellowship, but in the common brotherhood that God intended we should live. What satisfaction can anyone get in being happy and see his brother wallowing in dirt, filth, and disease? How can men feel happy living in luxuries when others are living in disease? And then when someone tries to help the other out of the disease, the subtle culprit talks about disloyalty. My greatest desire is to see all humanity happy, whether white, yellow, or black, because I know God made this wonderful world for all mankind. The black men of Carthage, the black men of Ethiopia, the black men of Egypt, of Timbuktu and Alexandria gave the light of civilization to the world. Ethiopia shall stretch forth our hands unto God, and princes shall come out of Egypt. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. The race that leads another is always a race of masters, and the race that is led will always remain a race of slaves. They have given leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. We have decided to find a leadership of our own to make ourselves free men. The great scholars, after passing through our schools, their colleges, their universities, have thrown away the blessed record. Babylon did it, Assyria did it, France under Napoleon did it, Germany under Prince von Bismarck did it, Great Britain under William Pitt Earl of Chatham did it, America under George Washington did it, Africa with 400 million black people can do it. If you cannot do it, if you are not prepared to do it, then you will die. You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles, you race of good-for-nothings. If you cannot do what other men have done, what other races have done, what other nations have done, then you had better die. Can we do it? We can do it. We shall do it. We have prayed to God for the vision and for leadership, and He Himself is now our leader, and He has given us a universal vision, a vision that will not limit our possibilities to America, a vision that will not limit our possibilities to the West Indies, but a vision that says there must be a free and redeemed Africa. If we must solve this American problem, if we must solve the West Indian problem, we shall solve it only for the glory of a great empire. We shall solve it only for the glory of a great dominion, a great republic upon which the sun will never set. Whatsoever man has done, man must do. And methinks, looking into your eyes, I see great warriors rising up in the cause of African freedom. Methinks I see in the eyes of some of you men a Brutus reading in his tent at Philippi, a Richard Coeur de Leon bearing down on the galleons of Spain, and Napoleon storming the bridge of Lodi. Yea, men, looking into your eyes, methinks I see a crown prince storming the forts at Verdun. Yea, more a Marshal Joffre marching before the French artillery to win at the Marne, everlasting glory for France. And in the eyes of some of you women, I see a Florence Nightingale rising up to do service, not in the Crimean battlefield, but the battlefields of Africa, leading the hundreds and thousands of Black Cross nurses, following the millions of African legions who shall march out to do battle for the everlasting glory of Africa. I see a Joan of Arc, not the white woman of France, but a black woman of Africa, snatch up the flag of the red, the black, and the green, and say to 400 black men, follow me. Shall we make it? By the Almighty in the eternal heavens we have pledged to make it. Give us a standard bearer of Christ, let him lead and we will follow. Christ the crucified, Christ the despised, we appeal to you from the great memories of the past. We appeal to you for help, for succor, and for leadership. When you endeavor to carry your burden up the heights of Calvary, when white men scorned you, when white men spurned you, when white men spat upon you, when white men pierced your side out of which blood and water gushed forth, it was a black man in the name of Simon the Syrian who took the cross and bore it on the heights of Calvary. So now, when we are climbing our Calvary, the burden being heavy, we ask that you help us on up the journey of the heights. Surely we shall not turn back. The cause is grand, the cause is glorious. Sail on, O mighty ship of state, sail on. We shall not stop now. We shall sail on until the red, the black, and the green is perched upon the hilltops of Africa. Classes, nations, and races which have been quite quiet for over 4 centuries, and who has been the hewer of wood and drawers of water for other men, who has merely borne abuse, insult, and humiliation for many generations, whose patience, docility, and forbearance can only be compared to the prophet Job, has likewise lifted his bowed head and raised it up to God's skies and cried out, I am a man, and demand a man's chance and a man's treatment in the world. Black people had always been oppressed because of our race. We should therefore strive to put our own racial self-interest first in everything we do. We should support our own businessmen, professionals, writers, athletes, and so on, but these persons also have their people's interest at heart. Black people should see beauty in their own kind and not try to bleach their skins or otherwise look like what we're not. In the days of slavery, miscegenation, or race mixture had occurred because the African woman had no protection from the slave master. So there is now no need for black people to themselves freely continue a practice that smacks so much of slavery. Our critics say that the race problem will be solved through higher education, through better education, that black and white will come together. That day will never come until Africa is redeemed. If those who, like W.E.B. Du Bois, believe that the race problem can be solved in America through higher education, they will walk between now and eternity and never see the problem solved. God made man Lord of his creation, gave him ownership and possession of the world, and you have been so darned lazy that you have allowed the other fellow to run away from you and letting you know that the world belongs to him and that you have no part in it. I do not have to apologize to anybody for being black, because God Almighty knew what he was doing when he made me black. If black people knew their glorious past, then they would. I shall teach a black man to see beauty in himself and be hanged to the man who said shall not be so. You've heard of Johnny Walker. Well, he had his adversities and he's still going strong, but I intend with your assistance and God's grace to continue. And my work has just begun, and when the history of my suffering is complete, then future generations will have in their hands the guide by which they shall know the sins of the 20th century. I know, and I know you too believe in time, but we shall wait patiently for 200 years if need be to face our enemies through our posterity. After my enemies are satisfied, in life or death I shall come back to serve, even as I've served before. In life I shall be the same, in death I shall be a terror to the foes of African liberty. If death has power, then count on me in death to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a cyclone or plague or pestilence, or as God would have me, then be assured that I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? If I die in Atlanta, my work shall not only then begin, but I shall live in the physical or the spiritual to see the day of Africa's glory. When I am dead, wrap the mantle of the red, the black, and the green around me, for in the new life I shall rise with God's grace and blessing to lead the millions up the heights of triumph with the colors of Jesus. Look for me in the whirlwind or a storm. Look for me all around you, for with God's grace I shall come and bring with me countless millions of black slaves who have died in America and the West Indies, and the millions in Africa to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life. The civilization today is gone drunk and crazy with its power, and by such it seeks through injustice, fraud, and lies to crush the unfortunate. But if I'm apparently crushed by the system of influence and misdirected power, my cause shall rise again to plague the conscience of the corrupt. For this I am satisfied, and for you I repeat, I am glad to suffer and even die. Again I say, cheer up, for better days are ahead. I shall rise.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless.
Can you describe to me what your religion is about?
Oh, my religion is freedom, redemption, repatriation, do our one violent victory, that Ethiopia, that Africa, that Jerusalem, it's in that Sababa, Africa, our unit, we are contact, it's in Ethiopia, head, crown head, black crown head, and we are also defending Africa, nation kingdom, nation government, and we show why, and crown head, black crown head, Zion, heavenly children, Israelites, the black house of Israelites, of Ethiopia, royal sons and daughters, with a New Jerusalem, shall rise up to them in this last day of our Lord Ijahstars, Selassie, Rastafari, Rastafari, So, and this thing continues too long, why can I do, So try to come to see done, So there's nothing to say one, and who among me, as one, So it was a quit down, That's not right. This one come and do it, this one pay to do a part, They don't pay me nothing. The salvation is free, we earn money, we earn price, This is free to work free, That's not right. So, it's a sea-bell and all those in Jamaica and all those of the United Nations, a man who are a representative, and the champion for human rights in this country, in Jamaica, and physically, in this world, and international to United Nations Sea-bell, Africa in Jamaica, and a man who stands in international law rights, to human justice, human equality, to the world of equality. These belong to the black Christ. And that's not how that work when be no equal except Christ himself. And because when Christ come back, it's a new kingdom, he is here with us now, because he's ruling now. Not the rule I am people, I am people who have a free justice here, but to the evil world, rule and we bring back the Hebrew back to attention. I and I could get out of themselves, out of them mountain, and getting ourselves in our black world, nationwide kingdom, most high. Rastafari. They come on with now. You know how much they come on with? Come on purely and pluralism.
You don't watch the...
No, because it's like color and pluralism, because that is Britain.
So the economy, what happens outside there, doesn't really matter.
No matter, it's nothing, no? Because the nation world kingdom is something, because we are a nation, our people. No?
So you consider your world a nation in itself?
Well, sure, and that is naturality.
Well, how do you exist then?
Oh, my existence, I say, it's a few bloom, and I just live with a few bloom. We are still, and I live. You don't make no way worried, because Africa is our worried. You know? Africa, we see Africa, we talk Africa, we see Africa, we do everything Africa. Africa is our one bird.
So, do you think your religion is one that came here when slavery came here from Africa?
Oh, sure. I creation was. I was. So I could remember creation birth to everyone. And reincarnation born to everyone.
Are you in contact with any African people of your same religion?
Oh, I don't contact definitely, you know, I contact, you know. But my word wake up all. So you was I and I was them. So what I stand and tell them, and what I hear from my advice, then they hearken unto that is just right, you know. The black man have a right. The white world has no right. The white world take away the black man right and use it. And we work him as a slave. So we say we come and take back the white man right and give back the black man, because the black man was right. And he knew that himself too, the white world knew that himself. And when I had to go on back with shit, we couldn't help him.
Do you have plans to grow, you know, get bigger, get more members in?
Much true. I have a plan to get more, and a plan to get 7 miles of black side on the water there to go home. But I won't take no part in Jamaica no more, and the moment I'm going to season here. I don't want.
You still want to go back to Africa?
Almost natural. They couldn't stop me. That's judgment. Yeah? Yeah? So I would say who me in Jamaica, they fall. They couldn't hold the princess. They hold me to a moment I know they couldn't hold me fall. They couldn't hold me for the reality of our times.
Can you explain to me, you know, the setup, you know, the gentlemen are called Prince, and, you know, the whole, how the church is set up, right?
Oh, you see, come up with this now, 2 prince, you know, and you couldn't get a prince that you have a king. And so they don't cry with the first king, and I say that for a ruler, and we all is the king, and we all the prince, and also empress and the princess and goddess. So that's why this thing come, because the first God was a king, like the black God of this world. He was a king, and we are the prince and princess, Father God and goddess, Father Lord. But he was a God and he was a king.
Members in?
Much true. I have a plan to get more, and a plan to get 7 miles of black side on the water there to go home. But I won't take no part in Jamaica no more, and the moment I'm going to season here. I don't want.
You still want to go back to Africa?
Almost natural. They couldn't stop me. That's judgment. Yeah? Yeah? So I would say who me in Jamaica, they fall. They couldn't hold the princess. They hold me to a moment I know they couldn't hold me fall. They couldn't hold me for the reality of our times.
Can you explain to me, you know, the setup, you know, the gentlemen are called Prince, and, you know, the whole, how the church is set up, right?
Oh, you see, come up with this now, 2 prince, you know, and you couldn't get a prince that you have a king. And so they don't cry with the first king, and I say that for a ruler, about the and we all is the king, and we all the prince, and also empress and the princess and goddess. That's why this thing come, because the first God was a king, as the black God of this world. He was a king, and we are the prince and princess, Father God and goddess, Father Lord. But he was a God and he was a king. So we are children. So we must be a prince and we must be a goddess, and you know.
Okay. Thank you.
But you know, I don't want to come to the right. Where does the right, you know? Where am I? Don't make up the night. I won't teach you at all anything about the wild man of gold. Because if I taught you that, I will tell you to yourself. I will teach you wrong. When I teach about yourself now, I say about your God. Because black man will have a God. Because no man can create himself before himself.
Oh, you don't think one God created everybody?
One man, you know? First.
Oh, I see. Oh, you think one man created both black and white, but he...
Yo, I say, this is Oriel. Let not your heart be troubled. Plant a seed, do good deeds, and keep on listening to Ijahstar. Yeah, it's Oriel. And right now you're tuned into the sound of Ijahstar. Planting that good seed, with that good feed, you know. Ijahstar rocking on the scene with a joy. Dope style, dope style. Ijahstar don't have no worries, I got so many hopes. The more I know about I, is the more that I find I don't need. Ijahstar a plant a seed. Ijahstar, you sow seeds and you water them fi grow. It don't matter where you've been, Ijahstar I play music on your radio. Tell them Ijahstar, there's no need to fight against your own. It don't matter where you've been, it's all about where you got to go. And this is the time right now where we have to live life. Ijahstar, I know you living it right. The wickedest vice arrive. Have to step to the side. Is a blessing or a lesson? Ijahstar have to rise. So basically, the place to be, abandoned fallacies, your odysseys, a reflection of your mind. Oh, Ijahstar, tell them don't tell no lies. Just love who you are and listen, Ijahstar, or else in this life. So see and water them fi grow. It don't matter where you've been, it's all about where you got to go. Tell them Ijahstar, there's no need to fight against your own. It don't matter where you've been, it's all about where you got to go. So nobody wants to work their life away. Ijahstar don't want to work his life away. Ijahstar don't want to work his life away. It no make no sense, Ijahstar, for your work, for just to work your life away. I'm say rocking on the scene with a joy. Dope style, dope style. Lord, I got so many worries, I got so many hopes. The more I know about I, is the more that I find I go need. I feel plant a seed. I tell you, in this life, so seeds, then water them fi grow. Cause it don't matter where you've been, it's all about where you've got to go. I tell you, in this life, there's no need to fight against your own. It don't matter where we've been, it's all about where we we've got to go.
Yeah, this is Sheldon Senior, the voice of the people, the conscious rebel. And right about now, may I represent for none other than Ijahstars. Yeah, large for life, Sheldon Senior says so. Cramp and paralyze all of them little idiot sound, yeah, you know, Ijahstars. Yeah, the most I, Jah, righteously protect your brother. Whoa. Hungry days not nice. Whoa. I say hungry days. If I bread, we don't have a slice. Hungry days not nice. All the talk, I just can't talk. People not gonna hear a voice, yeah. Modern day slavery. We are gonna talk it till you're weak. Politician them not like we, call them division and deep. One Lord for me little savings, said them want 1%. Till Jah come them not get a raising, cause I just tell them
hungry days not nice.
Tell them again I just start
Fire, baby.
hungry days. And if I bread, we don't have a slice. Hungry days not nice. All the talk I just start tell them, we not gonna hear him voice, yeah. Walk up in the classes, teach about and left beer gum. So keep in your tongue. Trick we already, can't trick with daughter and with son. Them fin know say we the people of the power in our head. And when the river broke away up here blood, I go left on this side. Yeah, we know say the thing well mucky. This a no ring game, not be no stucky. No come smile off your face and a hard new ways. We wake up on the old time wise. What you talking about? Why would we require to fish shut up your mouth? A long time, I just start tell them, for your system, we come for the malice call. Hungry days not nice. Let me tell them this is hungry days. And if I bread, we don't have a slice. I just start tell them hungry days not nice. All the ball, the pick them ball. Hungry. Mama, where you gone? Daddy, where you gone? The system has done you wrong For too long.
There is no simple reward. Though you're working hard, I just start yard and abroad. Every day we sing the same God of thing, and there ain't no change. But something has to give in order for us to live. I just start telling.
I just start.
Representing a man's Ijahstars Black Rock family. I know I represent Rastafari whenever time is yours. Well, hear me now, boy. Yeah. Wow, Jah, you see. Go hard, man, I hustle the street. We make few ends meet. Me got my family to feed. And when me knees them weak, oh, Ijahstars never give up. Because him born fi do it. Him born fi do it. Let's represent in a man's Ijahstars Black Rock family. I know I represent Rastafari whenever time is yours. Well, hear me now, boy. Yeah. Wow, Jah, you see. Go hard, man, I hustle the street. We make few ends meet. Me got my family to feed. And when me knees them weak, whoa. Ijahstars never give up. Because him born fi do it. Whoa, him born fi do it. Well, hear me out. When the struggle get rough, Ijahstars not give up all when it tough. Powers of the Most High, me know I him full up wake up. Rising at the morning sun, troops me honey and said darling come. Touch the street, hustling I do it, Jah give me peace, just bless me with one little piece. Me hear me. Whoa. Hey, Jah you see. Go hard, Ijahstars fi hustle fi make few ends meet. Him got him family to feed. All when knees get weak. Black Rock family never give up. Because them born fi do it. Ha! Them born fi do it. Well, hear me out. Reach victory. Ijahstars we have to reach victory. Dirty pagan them can't trick we. None of them can fix we. Jah know there is a reward for every trying man who walk Jah land. Help me sing this song. Jah you see, oh gosh, oh hard man I hustle fi make few ends meet. Me got my family to feed. All when we knees get weak. Ijahstars never give up. Cause him born fi do it. Me say we born fi do it. Black Rock.
father. Did not suffer and die to give me an education to slight, oppress, or discourage my people. Because whatsoever education I acquired on the day sacrifice of over 300 years, I shall use for the salvation of the 400 million black people of the world. And the day when I forsake my people, may God Almighty say there shall be no more life for you.
I hear my people in cry. All over the world, me hear my people in voice. The voice of the people, the voice of Christ, crying out for justice and equality. I hear my people in cry. All over the world, me hear my people in voice. Voice of the people, the voice of Christ, crying out for justice and equality. Mama shedding tears every day. Bigger heads, me tell you, them no care anywhere. Them want we separate every day. We work and still not get no pay. We really want to change this page. Can't survive off a no minimum wage. This system a beat we like slave. You know see them want to send me to a grave. Me have to stand bold and brave. Hear my people them cry. All over the world me hear my people them voice. The voice of the people, the voice of Christ, crying out for justice and equality. I hear my people them cry. All over the world me hear my people them voice. The voice of the people, the voice of Christ, crying out for justice and equality. I hear my people them reach out. East, west, north, now them reach out. Them no eat me couple days, so them weak out. No have a fixed address, so them sleep out. I hear my people them cry. All over the world, me hear my people them voice. The voice of the people, the voice of Christ, crying out for justice and equality.
People died out. Rastafari for life. This time in our history, I never see no days like this. Had the toughest time that wanna hit me. I don't know when Babylon I'm a practice, but this is the roughest time in our history. I never see no days like this. Had the toughest time that wanna hit me. I don't know when Babylon I'm a practice, but people are all look, baby. Some start stressed and getting crazy. Nothing on earth don't amaze me. No more, no more. I see the sun is getting hotter, hotter than hotter. If the sun is getting grieved, then what about the father? Dirty Babylon, well that me want you figure out when you try to put the runner in a joke. And I box out the food out of poor people mouth and neglect poor people. When them a shout, you put pressure in a east, west, north and south. Now the pressure bust pipe, now the pipe a bust out. The roughest time in a history, I never see no days like this. And the toughest time that wanna hit me. I don't know where Babylon I'm a practice, but this is the roughest time in a history. I never see no days like this. And the roughest time that wanna hit me. I don't know where Babylon I'm a practice. Yeah. People get crazy, hang themselves in a treetop. Yes, them get mad and I jump off a rooftop. It seems like that is better than life. Though to live in a Babylon, you it tough to blow up. You got to survive, yeah. And this a hurt ya. I kill myself and go commit no murder. I sell myself with no money for go further. And up in a this like a soldier. But people are volatile, baby. Some start stressed and getting crazy. Nothing on earth don't amaze me. No more, no. People are volatile, baby.
They're in tune to the mindset. With action speak, do something that's timeless. Jabari I represent Ijahstars confirm.
Do you know what it means to have a revolution? And what it takes to make a solution? Fighting against oppression. Ooh, yeah. Battering down depression. Oh yeah. Soldiers, many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Gotta fight the right fight in this time, yeah.
We are gonna fight them. We are gonna fight them. We'll have to fight them away spiritually. a funny plan. Set up a trap and then him step right back. Him set up a net, so stick a bet. 10 to 1, I know Satan is a man, but we never ever run. When Roman soldiers are come with them guns, we never ever run. When Roman soldiers are come, we are gonna vibe them spiritually. We are gonna vibe them spiritually. Oh my God. See, evil forces surround us, trying to capture us. No mercy upon the wicked, oh gosh. Let them burn to ashes, I say, hey, we never ever
Fire,
run.
baby. Fire, baby.
When Roman soldiers are come with them bomb, we never ever run. We never ever run. We gonna fight them spiritually. Oh, say we gonna fight them spiritually. Break down their plans. Oh gosh. Satan him turn loose, come to deceive the youth. Never let him get close to you. If him catch you, it will damage you.
Here I come again, Jaja. Before your presence we singing. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live thy words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all the things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live thy words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. How excellent is thy name, deliver us from sin and shame. Out of the mount of babe and suckle in you are ordained strength. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. You're the only way. God be deep. With you I wanna stay. Please don't go away, Lord. Lord, watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, Lord, without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings.
To sing out with an hygiene song, to introspect from humane reasons. After all is said and all is done, same I one, same world reaction to hate and to love, same I one.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless.
To sing out with an hygiene song, to introspect from humane reasons. said, and all this done. Same I wanna. Same world reaction to hate and to love. Same I wanna. Make them see it when the lion and they fly up in a dove. Seeking balance. Same I wanna. I wanna.
There's a natural mystic in the earth, that's what they really don't know. Spiritual uprising in the people with a burning glow. Confident in the victory over evil in this Armageddon. It's a cold world, but the old world of a witness Africa redemption.
After all is said and all is done, same I wanna. Same world reaction to hate and to love. Same I wanna. Make them see it when the lion and they fly up in a dove. Seeking balance. Same I wanna. I wanna. This is a highly salutation to all the world nation. Failure for overstand seem on the brink of devastation. World need redemption, a sound mediation. We bring more balance, stance, and rest in all the lands. Before nuclear pretense was nuclear aspiration. The root of the thought as a method of deterrence, but with adverse results as it encourage all the strong. And the positive and the negative and the neutral march along. And the one thread of humanity ran through everyone. World needs some conscience to be fair to woman. Just watch your family and regard them as one. Same I wanna. Same I wanna. Same I wanna. Hey, hey, hey.
Oppressing the poor, we can't take it no more. I am sure that unity will bring us back to the core like before, when we were one, like the sea and the shore. What is yours is not for me, I got my own to adore. Where's the love in the tone? Where's the joy in the throne? You're a king, where's the crown? Every word carries on.
You want to see the world, watch our nation play. Little boy, you girl, what diplomacy say. Look out, 70,000 gymnasts in a symmetrical set. Let's encourage youth been working on their identity. Like a dropping of the flow of the ocean stay. This way, stay as one. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. We are the children of Jah. We are His dwelling place. Children of Jah, look what our hands can make. Look what our minds can make. Until it's sci-fi and fake, it looks like none biodegrade. See now, we are the children of Jah. Look what our hands can make. Cities to the sky, Nimrod of Babylon say. Robot armies of a drone embrace. Robot armies of a drone embrace. Be a satellite cyber warfare at a hectic pace. There are some social ideals that must be replaced. They can already annihilate a race, human race. We are the children of Jah. Look what our thoughts can make. Exhilaration.
Check.
Space. Yeah. Who made space race? Hey. The children know.
Blessed love, pleasant good evening, you know. Warm welcome mindset program. Ijahstars, your host.
No, we need to
I don't know why my microphone bounce like that.
preserve this way.
But I want to bless up the item.
And keep up.
Thanks for joining us. Manners and respect. I have a few more songs to play.
They only study the
Then we're going to get into the reasoning. Top of the hour, 11 o'clock.
Nation and combat.
We have a special guest.
Fire is the element of change.
Yeah.
Children of
Rob Daliftkid.
children.
Speaking about the Black Art Man book.
Children of Jah.
He's the publisher. But I'm talking about the publisher. He's the author. Yeah, man, let's get the thing correct, alright? And also the illustrator.
The whole world turn that page.
Yeah, so we have him live on the program today. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a great vibe. So please spread the word. Yeah, man, we look forward for reason with the virgin, you know. Wow, I might well drop the dub style, you know. Make we drop it on the dub side. I'm one for large about my people on the rock of Jamaica.
We are the children of Jah.
One for large about my people on the continent.
We are the
One for large about my people in the Caribbean. Talk about Trinidad and Tobago. The VI, British Virgin Islands, or the US Virgin Island, whichever. Manners and respect, Zed. Yeah, man, I'm a people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Dominica. Yeah, man, the whole scope.
Robot.
South and North America and Central. Yeah, man. Sounds like midnight. Children of Jah. Yeah, man, we cover the whole earth, you know. Yeah, man.
Social ideals that must be replayed.
Anyway, make the music play. I keep quiet for a moment, alright?
We are the children of Jah. Look what our thoughts say. Space race, hey. Like if spice up your life now with drama. Is the natural of the living where they on, yeah. Them need steady stability.
Hey, you know when it come to Van Benjamin, we don't play around, you know.
Establish, no not to boil. For anything they establish.
Want to large up everyone in the chat room.
Envision well inclined of some
manners and honors. Good for you have the item ears in.
Go lose more time. Half of the bigger picture guns got take off them.
Watch here, no man.
Half of the holy ganja, them a fight.
Them a fight with the ganja. I want to them, tell them to stop it, man. Behave on yourself.
Like if spice up your...
You know, see everything what the Most High create is in order.
The natural.
Why you not want to be out of order?
Yeah. Them need...
And are perplexed with over God things.
For a while.
Behave on yourself, man.
They establish, no not to boil. For anything they establish, not to boil and do sign. Envision well inclined of some kind to provide. The weaker unity, I go lose more time. Half of the bigger picture guns got take off them, yeah. Half of the holy ganja, them a fight, yeah. Well, how much time I'm texting, psychoticking online. Seekers, they must number, so same kind. Grouped all together and easy to find. Virtual on the screen, yeah, no one reading the mind. That's a look at how some thoughts are synchronized. Feel us to seek out their sentiment in kind. Multiplicity mission and objective take shape and rise. The traffic was too far and too wide to subside. Yeah, should them want to know how I come in and out go. Epidemic quarantine, you're in a virus and so. Want to know how the deadly state of things gets so. Want to how the healthy state of things get to know. Them will steal when knowledge for that them have to do. Smuggling technology, we stay connected to the iPhone. Everything now are denied, but they need the medium and the guide. First they were ignorant, but now they advancing upon it. Some nations advancing the national respect for knowledge. Some falling off a shape in a comparative ranking. Just turn on the talking and hear the pundit and them a panic. In the direction of weapon, the fear of implementing knowledge. How the rule and ravage, no one drink of astonish. Some kind of moral structure, chaos of a rule upon it. Them things said them love it until the deficit catch up upon it. A hypocritic, cynic editorial, them logical. Envision well inclined of some kind to provide. The weaker unity, you're gonna lose more time. Half of the bigger picture, gonna take off them, yeah. Half of the holy ganja, them a fight,
I true them a fight where? Why them a fight with for the ganja?
Cheering and loving and longing and belonging. Analyzing obstacles and intelligently overcoming them. Fraudulently mistaken ideologies not becoming.
Yeah man, sounds at midnight.
For the common good.
That sound much better, alright?
When interrelated needs have an integral knowledge of what is needed for the flow and for the flourish. That's how the sources become resource re-needed. Must bring it again, yeah, how the manners completed. In the ebb and the flow, they come and they go. What the movement them and do, what the things calling for. People take it serious, what coming and no go. A vision well inclined of some kind to provide. The weaker unity, I go lose more time. Half of the bigger picture, can go take off them, yeah. Half of the holy ganja, them a fight, yeah. Half of the holy ganja, them a fight, yeah.
Just look down on we.
I Selassie, with a contract now. still a take advantage of we. The governmental guardians in a deadlock beat. The whole of the mass stand still in a gridlock greed. Some bearing them teeth and some are grit them teeth. And yet the people have no one but Jah to beseech. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. The government shut down at midnight, and the portals of sharing open up. Empathy and sympathy stir up. Economic assistance cut off, close up. 1621, wick shop open doors. Take a look and see how the issue still under negotiation in the 21st century. Oh, 360. Want to wash them hands of the ocean journey. Slavery monopolized for profitability. I.B.C. Jah look down on we, on we, on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. But that's some children in the world hungry. Teach us how to grateful be.
Teach us how to magnify our true ability. Government to crash the economical stability. The Rasta man say what is to be will have to be. We have to face the challenge for the sweetest victory. Even when the people that they rise and cross the T, government not think twice, we seize the opportunities. Them feel no one other in a judge army. I and I knowledge and overstanding concrete.
And get up people have no one but Jah to beseech. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we, on we, on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. Mothers and children in the world hungry. Teach us how to grateful be. World public opinion is the international morality. Laugh and celebrate now with a callous insensitivity. Human meeting people asking for help in an emergency. Murder meeting people asking for help in an emergency. Calculated miscalculation with no adjustment in a policy. Reparation discussion and them walk out early. Ask them who paid reparations to His Majesty. And they agreed that it was rightfully and made their peace. Simple truth and rights and human decency. Ideologically still a hold on to an erroneous mentality. No matter how interrelated the discourses of the planet be. Bartholomew de las Casas did tremble to think what the backlash would be. When humans are deprived of their humanity. We highly Selassie how the emperor addressed the league. Know that we shall win and we are confident in the victory. Want to feel their karmic deficit released. Release. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. I.B.C. Jah look down on we. On we. On we.
Hypowaze. Jaggy I and I 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 hypowaze. Wanna set the pace but a who a Jah. Wanna set the pace but a who a Jah. Wanna set the pace but a who a Jah. Wanna set the pace but a who a Jah. Yourness the inna the life to conquer. Wanna go set the pace well a who a Jah. Waiting heavily upon the words they see. Embrace the teaching of the rights and one law. Them a go send no value on the whole cipher. When it at the council of the superior elder. Inna the darkness well I shine to the power. True Jaggy I and I higher power. Jaggy I and I high 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 power. Wanna go set the pace well a who a Jah. Wanna go set the pace well a who a Jah. Wanna go set the pace well a who a Jah. Wanna go set the pace well a who a Jah. Over them liars and over beggar. Over them tyrant and barrier. over them government and institution. Give me the incense, feel like smoke out corruption. Make sure you're ready for go take your station. Your children standing full attention. Lion them ready for go heat up Babylon. Calling your army, make we mash them down. Jackie, I high powers. Jackie, I high powers. Jackie, I high powers. Jackie, I high powers. Wanna go set the pace, well I who aja. Wanna go set the pace, well I who aja. Wanna go set the pace, well I who aja. Wanna go set the pace, mystical powers. Ancient to stamp out Babylon your hand. Sound out to level out them worldly vision. Fibonacci the in a eternal. I spiritually and I a spiral. Hidden rampant in a them fraternal. Back to original formation. I a incarnate a creation strong. I a living remnant a alkibula. Jackie I high powers. Jackie I high powers. Jackie I high powers. Jackie I high powers. Wanna go set the pace, but who aja. Wanna go set the pace, but who aja. Wanna go set the pace, but
may I tell ya?
Wanna go set the pace, but
sounds a rima.
pureness, the inner the
I talk about high powers, you know.
Wanna go set the pace,
No low powers.
waiting heavily on the world.
High voltage.
Embrace the teaching of the
Lick your chip and your fuse.
them a go send no value.
You know them sitting there?
When it at the come feel like this.
Yeah.
In the darkness, well you shine and devour.
More of a large up everyone what there would be still.
Higher power.
So we're getting at the reasoning.
Jackie I high power. Jackie I
Father, the teachers of His Imperial Majesty. Holy Selassie, your fire hopper. Blaze, blaze, blaze. Every Sunday, fire hopper. Burn, burn, burn. Conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, protect, change your ways. Now's the time to strengthen your iris, look fear in the face. Holy Selassie, the first.
May I tell you, Haile Selassie the first sounds of Empress Matiposa. Talk about blaze fire, you know. Track title blaze, blaze, blaze. And also when I see is the fire, you know.
Holy Selassie, your fire hopper. Blaze, blaze.
Straight from out of the VI.
Every Sunday, fire hopper. Burn, burn.
Yeah man, the pot a bubble over the side there, you know.
Conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, protect, change.
Positive sound coming from that way.
Now's the time to strengthen your
Not true.
fear in the face. Holy Selassie, the first. That's my liberation. Tears to use them to grow. Feed the whole nation. With all the things that life can bring. I hear the King of Kings. Passionately follow your heart. Prioritize your peace. Holy Selassie, your fire hopper. Blaze, blaze, blaze. Every Sunday, fire hopper. Burn,
Burn, burn, burn. Yeah man, make we push it again one more time. You know we can't play them song at one time.
Imperial Majesty.
Yeah.
Holy Selassie, your fire hopper. Blaze, blaze, blaze.
Fire off a blaze.
Every Sunday, fire
Especially in a them time, yeah.
burn, burn.
The corruption pan the ramp
Conquering lion of the tribe.
and the rampage.
Change your ways. Now's the time to strengthen your iris, look fear in the face.
Yeah.
Holy Selassie, the first. That's my liberation. Tears to use them to grow. Feed the whole nation.
I what we never done, never done. Got to know where you come from. Buzz our time to burn Babylon. Mama wa toto wote. Siri kukote menyoni iwangu. Umumbu wote umumtoko kwako. Bareki inchina imbimu. King Selassie, imprisonment. They're standing tall from the beginning. Babylon, your time is in it. Clean your heart, you end up winning. Holy Selassie, your fire hopper. Blaze, blaze, blaze. Imprisonment, fire hopper.
Burn, burn, burn. Yeah, man, sounds of Empress Matiposa. Yeah, man, if the item was asking if that's Empress Matiposa, yes. And we go play one more and we're going to keep it moving, alright? This one titled Jalite. Tell ya. No spiritual blindness. You can't lukewarm neither, nah. You know them weird. Can't lukewarm. Fire off it, turn up. One more time, let's go. I love the music, don't. I love the music, don't. Different type of energy, don't it? Can't hold Jaja fire, nah. Aye. Hey, if you don't want to know where I'm going with Empress Matiposa, I don't know where to check, don't it? Check our Facebook. That's where everything is going on, alright? Them off it raw now.
Fire, baby.
tell ya. Yeah, man. And if you don't want to hear more Empress Matiposa, you know, just go and check out our, you know, Spotify and Deezer and, you know, all those digital platforms with the music, alright? Yeah, man, go and stream, download and purchase and, you know, support the music, positive music. And as we talk about supporting music, we have a brand new song we want to share with the item, alright? It's an Empress by the name of Zebby Thompson, alright? Yeah, man, Shanty Q. I beg your pardon. That's her stage name, Shanty Q. And this is a brand new song. I want to share it with the item. Alright. And yeah, I want to know the item views and thoughts on this brand new song when I share with the item, okay? Let's go. What's going on here? Music.
Me I tell you, mindset.
Ijahstar in Clarence say, seek ye first kingdom of joy, you see. So when the rain fall and the breeze blow, the mystic show, Ijahstar know.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and crack them. Jabari representing Ijahstar. You gone far.
Alright. You know, so for some reason, the song I want to play. I don't know why. I would have hoped it play already, but I don't know. It's taking a mighty long time. It's you know, these technical, you know what I mean, these computers and laptops and sometimes they can be like this, you know what I mean. Yeah, this was here to play. What's going on? Rather embarrassing, I must say. But beg your pardon, honorable family. Wow. And why this song don't want to play? Anyway, since it don't want to play, we're going to play our next song. You see me I say? Since it don't want to play, see, you know, say, we're going to play our next song, alright, since it don't want to play. I was expecting it to play, but yeah, that's one of them judgment ball thing there. Yeah, Rasta. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, make a drop our next song, cause I will pass song here to play. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play that one here.
Watching a man, Wayne J. No. Well, you call musical thing call. It no necessary. Stop fight over turf and territory. Wayne J representing. Hey! Mama say no follow bad company, cause she no want no Babylon come for me. In her bank book she don't have a penny. She can't pay Tavaris nor champagne. Them a bust automatic and semi. How much of them are dead in the street? Many. Well, if you want live a long life like Skenge, listen to the message where we enjoy a singing. It no necessary. The turf are no necessary. Too much you up in a solitary. Someday watch a man, Wayne J. No. Well, you could musical thing call. It no necessary. Stop fight over turf and territory. Wayne J representing. Hey! Mama say no follow bad company, cause she no want no Babylon come for me. In her bank book she don't have a penny. She can't pay Tavaris nor champagne. Them a bust automatic and semi. How much of them are dead in the street? Many. Well, if you want live a long life like Skenge, listen to the message where we enjoy a singing. It not necessary. The turf war not necessary. Too much hope lock up in a solitary.
I hope when I listen to the message, you know.
In a cemetery. Oh Lord, necessary.
It's not necessary.
Not necessary. Too much hope lock up in a solitary. Some dead, some
The turf war and gang war and
no pick up no gun, my youth. Better you put that bag down. The listener instigator.
it's not necessary, alright?
Now go see them when you don't appreciate.
Sounds a ruin J.
Now we treat you like a roast in a smart down.
Long time we don't really hear nothing.
Down. The youth a pass and you want tell him don't
Come from the artist still.
down. Tree you got a shotgun. No you can't phone. Mama drop down. It not necessary.
But we still have them ammunition here from him still.
Too much hope like
Yeah.
solitary. Some dead, some gone in a cemetery.
And the message still resonates.
Necessary.
Still valid.
Necessary. Too much hope lock up in a solitary.
Yeah man, people can relate.
In a cemetery. Oh Lord, make we chat. Sentence killing for stop. Look up the game park. Them fall in a bubble and chop. No give me no strap, no give me no crack, no give me none of that. Give me the knowledge of the equinox and the zodiacs. Question I got to ask. Why we paying tax? Corrupted politician and a bag of cookie cops. So me tell them give me the chalk. That song you have a job. For the Muslim and the Christian ballet and the dreadlock. It not necessary. The turf war not necessary. Too much hope lock up in a solitary. Some dead, some gone in a cemetery. Oh Lord, necessary. The turf war not necessary. Too much hope lock up in a solitary. Some dead, some gone in a cemetery. Oh Lord, Mama say no follow bad company. Cause she no want no Babylon come for me. In her bank book she don't have a penny. She can't pay Tavaris nor champagne. Them a bust automatic and semi. How much of them are dead in the street? Many. You want live a long life like Skengy.
May I tell ya?
Yeah, where we enjoy your singing.
Man say if you want to live a long life like Skeng Dan, you know, never play like no hooligan or you know, selfless Dan. Zin. But anyway, we enjoy large of yourself, manners and respect. Zin, whole of the Waterhouse. Yeah man. Manners and honors, alright? More of a greet the item officially in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, and also Empress Menen I, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. One more day we above ground, as you know, life our ultimate position, not no greater than that, no matter what go on, on top of everything that we see go on. Zin. Yeah, it's great to be here, as usual. Great to, you know, have the item here. You know, manners and respect. Please remember to push the like button though. Yeah. Yeah, we're not just there to play music, alright? Yeah, we're there to reason about, you know, the issues them that is affecting us on daily, you know, basis. You know what I mean? And yeah, but they have to see how we can push forward, you know, through these sometimes obstacles, you know what I mean, sometimes challenges, you know. So, you know, we're there to uplift for one another. You know, that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. So we're there to share. And we have a special guest on the platform, 11 o'clock. Alright. Yeah. And yeah, we look forward. Virgin by the name of Rob Daliftkid. See? Yeah. We have him on the platform today. Alright. And we have a reason about his latest book that he have out there. Okay. Yeah, which is titled The Black Heart Man. And you know, say the Black Heart Man in Jamaica, we grew up a hear these terms, you know, these names, the Black Heart Man. And when we really check things out, when we really check things out, it was this name they tried to associate with the Rastaman. That the Rastaman was the black heart man. You know, that is what they tried to do. You know, them would tell you, local youths, them say, yo, you see the Rastaman are the black heart man. See? And when you check that, it was a thing, it was a psychological thing, yeah, to drive fear, then, and also to you call it, to be a, what the word, there's a specific word that I want to use, see, but the black heart man, that name, where them push and tell the youths them, then it was a deterrent really for the youths them not to come into consciousness and righteousness, then, and knowing themselves, because the Rastaman was always that man who go and tell you about knowing yourself, knowing where you're from, know where you come from. Because first and foremost, a Rastaman I go talk to you about not just Emperor Selassie, which is the King of Kings. If not, I go just talk to you about the King. If I go talk to you about man like Marcus Garvey, who tell you say a people without the knowledge of their past, history and origin is like a tree without roots. And them man there is the cornerstone. See? Now Marcus Garvey also was a man who was fight hard and fight Marcus hard in Jamaica. Because of the narrative, Marcus Garvey was a man who will make you know yourself. You have to accept yourself and who you are. And Marcus Garvey tell us you have to see God through your own spectacle and all these type of things. So the Rastaman who them connect, them try to put this black heart man. Well, really, yeah, right, you know. In them days, it was mostly black man, if you want to call it that, African man, black heart, because he was an African, he was black. They say we're black, even though we know we're African or Ethiopian. But them connect a color to it. I say we're black. Zin. So all the people them whether that at pine pan the Rastaman car through him have dreadlocks and him smoke ganja and him praise Haile Selassie and him eat ital. All of them people was some black heart man and woman to said way. That is the reality. I would like Patakos Kekel type of thing, them type of words that they throw into the thing. You see me? So really and truly, them did a push a deterrent that the youth them do not come in contact with the Rasta man and the Rasta woman. Because the Rasta man go and tell them something different about what them a learn in the church on a Sunday. Rastaman go and tell them, say, no, God, no, there in the sky like that. God live inside of you. You know, the God, what them a say in the sky are inside of you, him live. And them don't want the youth them to know them something there, that God live inside of them. The living God live within inside of them. And the Rastaman go and tell them that. But because them want to drive this religious narrative, yeah, they want to drive that religious narrative about a God in the sky. They don't want the youth them to come in contact with the Rastaman. So them label the Rastaman as the black heart man. Yeah. That's what I heard as a youth growing up anyway. But because I and I did always their own Rasta anyway, Rastafari people, that never frightened we. We never frightened at that. We never frightened at that. And further on, my parents, them never did tell me nothing about born a black heart man. Nothing. You see me, I say, here we just hear people talk about these type of things. Our parents, them never did tell us that. But I guess you have other parents, you know what I mean, who, you know, know no better. Probably them do know better still, but just to support the status quo, them go along with it. You know what I mean? And try to look down on the Rastaman and say the Rastaman a do this and the Rastaman a do that, and it wasn't the Rastaman really. Because if you listen certain reasoning on this platform share a lot of information and a lot of history. I think we have Honorable Priest Knuckles on one of the videos that is on the platform right now that is really telling you about the black heart man. Still, you see me I say? But we have a reason with our brethren today. Who have write and illustrate a book, Zine, yeah, and it's titled The Black Heart Man. And it's really aimed towards youths, young youths, you know, children. And rightly so, because the narrative back in the days was aimed at children. It was aimed at children. So you have to, you see, the counteraction now, in a sense, then I don't know if I can say it like that, you know, with the same word, you know, aiming at the same youths them today, you know, a different generation. You see me? Different generation, because I was part of that generation that, you know, they try to, you know, trick with that narrative, and it didn't work for I and I. You know what I mean? Now, we know better. That's it. Yeah, man. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Reverse psychology upon them. Reverse the psychology. Yeah, man. Aim it at the youths, them. Because, come on, if you check the things them that they're teaching youths, little youths today, which some of these things are not educational viable, they're not gonna benefit from it educationally. It's not benefiting them. But their desire is to push these narrative on young, delicate minds. What is the agenda? What is the agenda? And a lot of parents accept these things. A lot of parents accept them. They do. But can you blame them? Can you blame them? Who is to be blamed? Who do you point the finger at? You know, what type of step does parents take? Because at the end of the day, it's your children. You have absolutely all rights and authority to grow up your youth in the way they're supposed to grow. No other individual or group or organization have that authority or right to tell you how to grow up your youth, isn't it? So, because of that, you have parents growing up their youths the wrong way, not growing them up in the way they're supposed to grow. And that is why you have these type of confusion. Because if you didn't have parents supporting certain type of nonsense, then how could they push it? How could they push it if they don't have people supporting it? You have to have supporters supporting the nonsense, innit? Because people are support the nonsense, them just say, what? You have couple over there, so you know? I must support the thing, man. Keep it. The next thing you see couple more pop up round so, and over so, and round so. And next thing I know is like a multitude, man, of children learning nonsense. And these guys are so sophisticated in teaching nonsense. It's diabolical. Selassie, I know. They are so brilliant in teaching nonsense to children. Trust me. They're brilliant in doing it. Misleading. Yeah. Because as I say, some of the things them, when you look on, you know, these youth, what do they call it, syllabus or whatever, you know, for the year, what they're learning for the year. Then and you might go into religion or culture or you know, different subjects, and you know, and some of them I don't see how they're going to benefit the youths them. I don't see how the youths are going to benefit from some of those things that they're trying to push on the youths them. I don't see it. But then again, you live in a system where you know, you have all sort of craziness that's going on, man. You know? Yeah, man, all sort of craziness that's going on. I said people support it. And once you know, you have supporters supporting these things, then, you know, I guess the system is just gonna push it, you know, because they see the need to. You know what I mean? Yeah, they see the need to. But parents, hey, stand up on the foot, you know. Yeah, man, stand up on the foot, man, and do the right thing. Because, you know, in the long run, you know, your youth is going to thank you for, you know, for you doing the right thing. Trust me. Your youths them go and thank you for you doing the right thing. So do the right thing, you know, by your youths them. You know what I mean? Don't let, you know, no system persuade you into accepting things that, you know, and a your style. No, sir. No, do that. No, do that. Here, I'm going to play 2 more songs and I'm going to link up with my virgin, okay? Yeah, I'll play 2 more songs. Yeah. Thing now.
Drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to Rome. Yeah. Whoa. Redemption through the blood is a life sentence. Can't get original blood through no repentance. Man, they are in a Abaddon abyss. I lick down elephants. All with thy name gone, thy blood convinced. Drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to Rome. Hey.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak.
Drastically
something that's time. Rock them and crack them. Jabari representing Ijahstars. You can fuck.
Whoa. Redemption through the blood is a life sentence. Can't get original blood through no repentance. Man, they are in a Abaddon abyss. I lick down elephants. All with thy name gone, thy blood convinced. Drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to Rome. Hey. Yeah. With them Christian demographics, them falsify blue eye the black Christ with them ethics. Them still pan them slave phone of forefather politics. Them still have the false image, deceiving the nations with it. Deceiving the nations with it. In a lying pathological chronic epidemic, the sermon is a death threat clinic. Talking about the devil's system and them working for it. Man who's standing up against it getting hurt for it. But I drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to brush and comb. Yeah. Whoa. Hold your honorable mention citation. Every time them see the God man is intricate simplicity articulation. Because of human concept limitation. Rastafari Jah Black is the first covenant. Rastafari Jah Black is the first covenant. Well, what's in the world? And the world was made by him. First man eternal without brush and comb. Me want talk the language and me want go home. Rastafari, drastically resistant to Rome. Drastically resistant to Rome. Yeah. Redemption to the blood is a life sentence. Can't get original blood through no repentance. Man, they do ya in a Abaddon abyss. I lick down hell fence. All with thy name gone, like blood convinced. Redemption. And Sebi, and I keep up. Little man, sons of one mother. Yeah. I'm on a Ras for a reason. I Rastafari for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant with reason. I'm on like Alice in the mountain.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and crack them. Jabari representing Ijahstars.
I'm on a Ras for a reason. I Rastafari for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant with reason. I'm on like Alice in the mouth because Sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the gun come like a ceiling. Just to block them down low to leave them high until them sides up the fire. Oh yeah, you oh yeah, you yeah. Well, yes, them attack us, them a fight. Communities, federal Satan income tax are the same communities. Now criminal take the money, people never volunteer. Even Gaddafi say right now equal work for an equal share. Hey, Ras, for a reason. I'm on a Rasta for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant with reason. I'm on like colors that in them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the gun come like a ceiling. Rasta block them down low to leave them high until them sides up the fire. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, no, Babylon I call I criminal element. A criminal element, Babylon tools control continent. The fittest dominant, you earn the clutches. Locked down in prison houses. Locked down in prison houses. Locked down in prison houses. Babylon see the rat and Babylon that give them cheese. Little man, sons of one mother. Yeah, 70 sons of thunder. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, well, I'm on a Ras for a reason. I Rastafari for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant with reason. I'm on like colors in them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the gun come like a ceiling. Just to block them down low to leave them high until them sides up the fire. Oh yeah, you oh yeah, you yeah. Well, yes, them attack us, them a fight. Communities, federal Satan income tax are the same communities. Now criminal take the money, people never volunteer. Even Gaddafi say right now equal work for an equal share. Hey, Ras, for a reason. I'm on a Rasta for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant with reason. I'm on like colors in them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the gun come like a ceiling. Rasta block them down low to leave them high until them sides up the fire. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, no, Babylon I call I criminal element. A criminal element, Babylon tools control continent. The fittest dominant, you earn the clutches. Locked down in prison houses. Locked down in prison houses. Locked down in prison houses. Babylon see the rat and Babylon that give them cheese. Toothpaste nearly done. Here one, well Babylon pull them up, they give them that extra squeeze again. Babylon come like you pick, come pick them out clean. Infirmary ward and graveyard scene. Two side the man a play until one ramp and come in. What them a go do when lion wake from sleep? What them a go do when Mr. Grim come ring egg? What them a go do, them done dying too deep. What we a go do for separate food from sheep? Hey, Ras for a reason. I'm on a Rasta for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant now with reason. I'm on the colors in them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the gun come like a ceiling. Rasta broke it down low to build it high until until them sight up the fire. Rastapan Waganis, Rastapan Waganis. If them are rhetoric, I man say practice. The holy covenant, the Rastaman declare it. Rastapan Waganis, Rastapan Waganis. Yeah, watch a look. How Selassie you cross the earth, a sweep and a shook. Conquer death on the grave, you must not hear the beat. Message you just can't delete. Eating up between the lead. Embryos of seed, enough to chant and proceed. Abadada, like a psalms I read. Ras for a reason. I Rastafari for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant ya with reason. I'm on like Allah in on them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the ground come like the ceiling. Rasta broke them down low to deep them a heat until them sight up the fire. Yeah. Between full light and rent and traffic ticket, Babylon, build up your pocket just to rob your pocket. Between full light and gas, forget it. Right now the people are slave and nobody can save now. Ras for a reason. I Rastafari for a rebel cause. I'm on a chant ya with reason. I'm on like Allah in on them mouth because sometimes the bitter is a healing. Sometimes the ground come like the ceiling. Rasta broke them down low to leave them a heat until them sight up.
Rastafari. Yeah, man, sounds of midnight. Yeah. You know, sir, what's happening here? I get a call, but it not come through the right way. Go on. What's happening here? Yes, honorable family. Give thanks again. Saying, give thanks again another day above ground. Sounds of midnight Ras for a reason. And before that, drastical resistance. Alright. Try to link up with my virgin. Think him just did a call me a while ago still. Here we go. I'll go on there, sir. Yeah. Hold on. Let me decline the call and make the call back. Yeah, the voice is not serious. So I'll go on here. Yeah. Something weird and strange is going. We'll go on. Yeah. Something weird and strange are going on in the place. Yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna get around it still. Yeah. We're gonna get around it. Something weird and strange are going on. Some things that meant to be connected is not connected. Yeah, all of my things them were meant for connect and all of them something is disconnected. Rather weird. Yeah, rather weird. But let me see if I can link with my virgin again. Because time is going. Time is of the essence. Anyway. Yeah. Yes, honorable family. I'll play another song, cause somebody could technical issue, yes, so when I'm supposed to they are still in, but yeah, I could drop another midnight another thing.
Lord again, Ras again, Selassie I again, Selassie I again, Ras again, oh Lord, I Rasta man still stand, but again, I Rasta man still stand. I don't want no seating on them wolf back congregation. I Rasta man still stand. Them tell themselves them are honest citizens of Christian nation. I Rasta man still stand. Levitical priesthood sell out the nation. Peter and Paul sell out our nation. Them play them hand and that the Vatican build upon. In the order of Melchizedek, Selassie I stand. I Rasta man still stand. Not again, I Rasta man still stand. I no want no sitting at them wolfpack congregation. I Rasta man still stand. Them tell themselves them are honest citizens of Christian nation. I Rasta man still stand. Hill, playground seesaw tells the story. Heavy to the bottom, light to the top. Illusion made the ugly look like the cream of the crop. They never run the race and want to take the victory lap. I Rasta man still stand. Christ is a title of exalted black man. Christ stood against all amalgamation. Christ did a struggle to the death against the Roman. Dog was the Greek and the Syrophoenician. Still around them neck a wear murder symbol. The cross was a sign of murder and invasion. Lord again, Lord again, Ras again, Selassie I again, Selassie I again, Ras again, oh Lord, I Rasta man still stand. Lord again, I Rasta man still stand. I don't want no seating on them wolfpack congregation. I Rasta man still stand. Them tell themselves them are honest citizens of Christian nation. I Rasta man still stand. Levitical priesthood sell out the nation.
For real. I know say without no further delay, because we've been having a little bit of technical issues with a few things here. I don't know why today of all the days, but I want to take the time out now to introduce Rob Daliftkid to the Mindset program. I think we're connected at the moment. Blessed love, honorable family. Blessed love. Yes, I. You can hear I? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Perfect, perfect, my lad. Great to have the eye on the platform, my brother.
I give thanks to you for allowing me to address things. It's an honor to be on the show.
Yes, I give thanks. Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Great to have the eye here. How the idea been so far anyway? Let me ask the eye that first and foremost.
Okay, it's been good.
Yes, I. Yeah, man. Give thanks. Give thanks for life. As I say, another day above ground, and that are the ultimate thing, you know. Yeah, man. Give thanks. All right, my brother. Talk to me. I grew up here in the UK, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Brockley, South London.
South London. Wow.
Until I was about 6, I was in Brockley Cross, close to the New Cross. And then when I was about 6, 7, we moved to Forest Hill. It was a big house. New Cross, Brockley. It was very black. Very Caribbean. Community seemed a lot tighter. And then we moved into an area that was very quiet. It was a big cult. One area, another. It was very white middle class.
Seeing.
It gave me a different outlook on life.
Okay. Rastafari. Yeah, man. Broaden your horizon. Okay. Beautiful. So where the I parents are from? Caribbean, right?
Yeah. My parents are born in Jamaica. So my dad was born in Portland. My mum was born in St. Andrews. My grandparents come from Portland. I found out only a couple of years ago. All the time I put one side of my family was think like make sense. My draw to Portland. Every time I go to Jamaica, I want to go. And I like the view, just as you can see through my voice. It's a very inspiring place because it gives you, it shows you a new outlook from London. Because London's very grey and it's very mono, especially in the winter. So when you go back to where you come from and see the views of your parents or grandparents, what we deem as what makes you rich in this country seems to be the thing that makes you poor mentally.
My brother, for some reason, the call is not that clear. You know, sometimes like the signal go low, and I not hear. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I know these type of.
Yeah. Let me change something around and see.
Okay, give thanks.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose so for now. Yeah, we'll continue reasoning and see where it goes. Yeah, man, it sounds better still. Yes, I.
Alright. Yeah, so what I was saying is that, what we deem as rich over here is not necessarily wealth. It's monetary wealth or material wealth, but mentally and spiritually, we're poor.
See.
And going back to see where your family come from, where your roots are, or where, in our case, where we were taken to, it really shows you what true wealth is. And being around your people is one of the richest kinds of wealth that you can have. Veered a bit off course there, but going back to
so hold on, now go back yet. So I've been to Jamaica many times, right?
I've been to Jamaica 3 times, only 3 times.
3 times. And
but the 3 times that I've been there, it's always had a bigger impact on me.
Why is that?
Because the first time I went there as a child. And the second time I went there to bury my grandfather.
Oh, my condolence.
Again, kind of, in my mind anyway, it kind of felt like it was still under supervision, you know. You're with family members who drive you up and down and you don't really get to see or touch the ground properly. And then the first time I went there totally by myself. And I just said to myself, no, I want to travel up and down on the bus, on the coach. And that's what I did. And I got to know Jamaica a little bit more. But now I'm on a exploratory mission to go and find out more about Jamaica, because there's a very rich history there.
True. Absolutely true. Yes, I. So, all right. Rastafari and, you know, the Black Heart Man, the Black Heart Man book, because the I, this is the latest book from the I. I'm not sure if it's the only book, but we're going to get into that. But what inspire this book here, the Black Heart Man, and how does it reflect your personal journey?
Okay, so the inspiration for the book, it's got a few different places where it started. So I started illustrating in this particular style in about 2017, and I had this particular little character that I was drawing, and I said to myself, I want to write a book, but I didn't have a story, I didn't have inspiration, I didn't have nothing that was calling me. And then I spoke to an elder from Wise Mind Publishing, Ras Blacker, and I said to him, I had a bunch of these illustrations, and I said, then what can I do with these illustrations? What can I do to help what you're doing with these illustrations? And he said to me that he had no idea what he could do with them, but have a look at the children's book section and see what you can find. And I had a look in his children's book section, and at the time there was one book. And it was a good book, but I wasn't blown away from it, because it seemed a bit too old-fashioned.
See,
in terms of me looking at it as a grown man, I can't find anything within specifically the illustrations, because in a children's picture book, that's what catches the children. It's the illustrations.
Yeah.
It's the colours jumping off of the page and the way that everything's laid out. And it didn't grab me. And so I went on a search to find more Rastafari children's books. And I found myself falling on the same problem over and over again. I didn't find anything that grabbed me. I didn't find anything that told a story. And I said, okay, I need to see if I can find a way to at least start righting this wrong. Because I believe that from a culture that's so rich, it's worrying that there's nothing in this particular field. Because if you don't capture the minds of the children, there's no future generations coming into the movement. And so on sitting down and really meditating on this, I was listening to Barney Whaler, I was listening to the Black Heart Man. And the first song that really, really got me was Fig Tree, because that's how I felt when I found Rastafari. I felt like I found my fig tree. And then the album repeated, and it started with the Black Heart Man, which is the first song on the album. And I really stopped and I listened to it. So I played it again and again and again. And I said, I know this experience seems very, very familiar. Because I remember when I was growing up, everybody used to say Rastas are dangerous, and Rastas are trouble, and Rastas are this. And I knew the son of a Rasta, because I went to school with the son of a Rasta, and I knew a few Rastas around the area. Never troubled no one. Never made a scene, nothing. And the two things didn't marry up. How am I hearing one thing and I'm seeing another? And a light bulb went off in my head. And the more I listened to the song The Black Heart Man, the more the visual side of things came to me, and it started to make sense that this was the first avenue that I needed to walk down in terms of telling the story of Rastafari. And the Black Heart Man, within the history of Rastafari, has been weaponized against Rastafari to say that we are this, or we are aggressive, or we are dangerous, or we steal children, or we drink blood, or whatever it may be. It's been altered and changed over time from people adding things to it. And it's almost a title that we took on with grace, and we made it into something powerful. So that Black Heart Man album by Bunny Wailer really was the catalyst of the book. And from there, it was just a matter of finding a way to make it relevant today, make it relevant to children, and make it enjoyable for parents to read. Because that's the most important thing, is when you write a children's book, is that the parent can read it and get the same lesson.
Absolutely, my brother. So, all right, because the book itself, explore Rastafari, culture. What key lessons are value do you hope the younger readers know, seeing that the book is aimed to? What values and lessons you hope them take from it?
It's to think for yourself. I was going to say not judge a book by its cover, but I feel like we learn to judge a book by its cover by the things that we're taught. But sometimes the things that we're taught don't match what we see, and we still go against it. We still say that these people are this or those people are those, even though what we see may not match what we're told. And the point of the book is to say, look, everybody has differences, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a threat to you, or we're dangerous, or we're this or we're that. It's just that we think a different way from you. And that our different way of thinking is what makes the community whole.
Well, 7 brothers, 7 different minds still. And as I was saying, the Black Heart Man, the term and the narrative was weaponized against the Rastafari community in particular. See, B.S. I don't know if I was listening the program still earlier, but based on the knowledge of people knowing themselves, especially black people in the Caribbean at the time, probably globally still, but the Rasta man within Jamaica at the time, that narrative was weaponized, for the youths them not to come in contact with the Rastafari community, because if they did, the Rasta man would wise them up to themselves, to know more about themselves and some of the things them that they are being taught. If them check it deeply, then we say, boy, some of these things, it doesn't hold any substance. You see? And that's why that black art narrative, that fear factor that them try to make, because the Rasta man have lacks. You know what I mean? Them drive this fear thing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely. And I most definitely tried to reflect that fear in the character, the Black Heart Man, that I put together for the book. I tried to take all of them characteristics, You know, the long dirty hair, and you know, he's very creepy, and he hides in the bushes. I tried to take all of them characteristics that were put on us and put them into a character. And so you have, it's almost like everything that's in your imagination comes out in this character. And then it all falls away because it's not true. So that was the purpose of the book, was to show that what the power of words and how words can really spark the imagination to think something, and how words used incorrectly can cause the wrong kind of thought process, specifically in children, which is what was told to children. When you go out on the street, beware of the black cart man. He's going to snatch you away. He's going to give you candy and he's going to snatch you away. You know? And, you know, the black cart man became the Rasta man. And then, you know, the Rasta man, that's how we were turned into this fearsome, dreadful and terrible creature. You know, look how they're always angry. Look how their hair is dread and they're terrible, and they come out of the bushes.
Yeah, but that's the narrative that the system tried to sell, and that narrative is an incorrect narrative. That's, you know, because the Rastaman was never that. If you look on the Rastaman today, all these high society people in the middle class and the first class and the upper class and all these different classes, if you check them today, they're talking about the exact thing the Rastaman have been telling them from eons. They're now talking that they're vegan and they're vegetarian, and the Rastaman been telling them that we are Italists from long time ago. And now they want to put some fancy word to what the Rastaman been talking about. iPhone, for instance. I, Selassie, is the Rastaman. Now them have this phenomenon. People go crazy over iPhone. But that's all the Rastaman. You see me I say? And another thing, medical marijuana, that's for instance. The Rastaman been telling them this is medicinal, this plant is medicinal. Now you see dispensaries and all different places selling CBD oil and all these different type of oil. That is all the Rastaman work. That's all the Rastaman doing. So the Rastaman was never no black heart man. The Rastaman was always the most intelligent man on the planet. And because they fear that, they try to push a narrative, to say the Rastaman was this horrible man and dreadful man. No, but if you check the reality, if you check the history, if you dive deep into the history of Jamaica, my brother, you will see that this black heart man, that they tried to connect with the Rastaman was never even an African man. Was never even an African man, based on the history of in Jamaica now, you know. In Jamaica I'm talking about. He was never even an African. He was never even a Jamaican. That's how I was saying earlier in the program that if, you know, people could check videos on the platform that give more in-depth information surrounding the black heart man. You see, because it's a false narrative that they push. But no, look at Bob Marley. Bob Marley is this world-renowned king of reggae.
Well, propaganda is the most powerful tool of war, isn't it? And one of the things that the powers that we have is the power of the media. No matter what era of time it's been in, they've always had whatever medium it is, whether it's been telegram, radio, TV, social media, they've always been the driving force or the controlling force behind them particular media. And so with the birth of the Rastafari movement through the crown of His Imperial Majesty, and then you have, in Jamaica, you have, for example, Pinnacle. At one point, Pinnacle was outperforming the Jamaican government. And so if these people have come along and they've said, we follow the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of Judah, the elect of God, King of Ethiopia, so Emperor of Ethiopia, that's our thing. And this is what we do. So we're self-sufficient, and we have our crops, and we have our cash crops, and we have our culture, and everything starts to build slowly until the point where it's outperforming the government. Now I have to destroy you because you're embarrassing me in front of my slaves, basically. And that's a lot of that is where the political side, as well as the capitalist side, comes into play. So as far as those who have control of media they have spent billions trying to keep the things that we've been trying to give away for free out of the hands of the people until they realize they can't stop it. They need to capitalize on it. So I can put an African in jail or a Mexican in jail for dealing with ganja. But what I will do is I will elevate my son who likes to smoke ganja, and I will legalize it in this state for these people, and they can take control of the market, and that gives my son something. And that's how capitalism, I've found how capitalism works in the Western world. What suits the Western world is what the Western world will do. Even moving in the little time that I've been moving in the book trade, I see how it's very much comparable to the music industry. And I came to a basic understanding that it's just it's business. It's the Western world business. For example, I remember you was talking about earlier on, before I come on the show, you was talking about how they will push things that are negative to children and to parents. So the parents push it to the children. And they do the same thing with music. So if they find a formula that works in music, whether it be hip hop or reggae or whatever it is, they'll push that narrative. And one of my fears when it came to Rastafari and children's books is that the gap that's there, the void that's there in terms of us telling our culture and us telling our story, but for ourselves, someone else will tell the story for us. The same way that people are now saying vegan, and the same way that people are now saying vegetarian, and the same way that people are now using coconut oil. And do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, man.
Someone else will come in and start telling the story in a different way that's not correct for us if we don't take care of it ourselves.
True.
And that was my concern. So again, going back to why I wrote The Black Heart Man, that's another reason why, because we have to be able to take control of the narrative. For too long, we've been hoping for other people to do it for us in terms of we need representation. We need representation. It's something I hear all too often. We need representation. Well, who are we waiting for to represent us?
Selassie, I know. We have to represent ourselves.
Exactly. Who are we waiting for to represent us?
Yeah.
And if we get this representation, what does it look like? You know, does it come in the form of speaking about just the surface? Just surface things, because, you know, all African cultures are linked, and it's a very, very, very deep culture. Even if you go past the surface, it's still that's still the surface. The surface is thick, you know, and what what a lot of people what a lot of these these big book companies try to put out is a lot of it's not necessarily surface, but it is still within the layer of the surface. Things like food and hair and stuff like that. And then if that works, they stay on that. That's the focus. Keep them. They like that. That's what they class as representation. But anything that deals with emotion or culture, or it's almost pushed aside. This is the conversations that I've had in the small time I've been in the book trade with people who are illustrators, writers, whatever it may be. They have their work diluted by these editors and so on and so forth. And the illustrators that they would want to use, they can't use them because the publishers have their own illustrators that they want to use. And so again, it changes the outcome, the final outcome of the product. And I didn't want that, not for this. I wanted to have as much control and as much say in what was going to happen with the book.
Right. Yeah, I get what the eye say, and you know, as the eye said that, you know, it does bring me straight to Marcus Garvey again, because Marcus had his own printing and newspaper and so on. You know, that was independently run by him. So you know, going back to even what the eye was saying, who tell our story? You know what I mean? Us have to tell our story, but at the same time, I think we also have to have the necessary tools that we have full control over, you know what I mean, everything regarding the product, you know, because you know what type of challenges the eye face, you know, when you approach, you know, these different type of bookshops and things to get the book, you know, out there and seen. Because I know online is one thing, but you know, people do buy hardcover books.
Yeah, they definitely do, and that's what has sold the most. Because you know, a lot of people want something tangible. We have our digital products, but a lot of people still want something tangible that they can share with their children. And that has been something that's been warmly received. And it's been nice to hear from people saying, specifically the sisters saying, you know, it's nice that I can show my children something that it represents them. It's another black book about this or about hair or it's about Rastafari. So sisters can say, yeah, this is a book about Rastafari, and brethrens as well, and show their children, because even me, when I was looking for books to show my children, I was a bit hard pressed. And so I wanted something, not just something that was, because we need fact books. That's a fact. We need textbooks, we need factual books. But one of the things that comes out of culture is folklore. And for a culture that's so rich, and I think out of the Rastafari culture, I think the biggest and the most beautiful part that's been formed out of the culture is our music, our drums, you know, the sound of do-good. That heartbeat has gone on and pushed out blood into so many different creative facets. Because Rastafari are very creative people. I don't know a single Rastafari that hasn't got some form of creative power. And so,
very true.
From that music, we have to use it as an inspiration to feed other parts. You know, and this picture book world, specifically for the children, is very, very important. And I can only hope that in taking this step forward, someone else will see it and will join in. And so it will start a snowball effect, and more people join in. And so in 10 years and 20 years and 30 years time, when we're celebrating His Majesty's 160th coronation celebration, there's an abundance of books, and the children have got things to, stories to tell. And there's another layer. We're trying to add another layer to Rastafari.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you see the black art, man? Fitting. I don't know if fitting in is the right word, but in a broader landscape of children literature.
Oh, it depends on who is receiving it. But my outlook in life is I'm not here to fit in, because I'm here. I don't need to fit in anywhere. What is more important to me is that Rastafari children and children outside of Rastafari get what they need to get out of the book. Mm. So even if you read it and you're in a Rastafari family, you learn not to judge people who aren't in a Rastafari family. If you read it and you're Muslim, you learn not to judge a Christian. If you're a Jew, you learn not to judge a Hindu. You take the time and the opportunity when it comes up to get to know people. His Majesty speaks about tolerance a lot. Mm-hmm. And what tolerance is, mm-hmm. and how important it is to understand people. And education is the key to understanding. And that's my aim with my work, is to just help obliterate a little bit of ignorance.
Let me ask the eye this, because we live in the UK here, and we face all different type of thing. The I grew up here. I grew up into the schooling system, mm-hmm. where all the time we hear about black youths in school, and black youths are always marginalized and things like that. Within your field now, as an artist and an illustrator, do you come up against that type of intolerance, type of behavior, discrimination, and things like that?
In what way? What, in terms of dealing with people in the industry?
Yeah, trying to get the message across.
No, because I do as much as I can independently, so I don't have to deal with people in the industry. Because it's our first project. This is the way that I see it. Is that like I said, I've drawn a lot of comparison between the book trade and the music business, and I know a lot of people are afraid of business. Full stop. And I'm a big fan. I'm just going to go off a track quickly before I come back on. I'm a big fan of Amos Wilson's writing, and he's a staunch Garveyite, mm-hmm. and he speaks very much of independence, but he also speaks of having patience and also educating children. And I understand that it's not going to be easy. And what I am doing, I need to have a base understanding of the business before I decide that I'm going to go into deals with anybody. Because what I've seen with music is I've seen a lot of talented musicians who just think that their talent alone is what's going to carry them. Mm. And then what happens is they get into deals that they don't understand because they don't understand the language, and they don't think they need a lawyer because they've got to pay for one or they can't afford one. And then they end up in a situation that they didn't want to get into. Whereas I want to be in a position where if someone comes to me and says, I want you to write these books, I can say, well, what are you going to offer me that I can't do for myself? I don't want to be your slave. And that's what a lot of the business is. It's not necessarily slavery, but it's not necessarily far from, and it's a debt trap a lot of the times.
See, you know? Interesting.
So it's very, very important to know the business, and it's very, very important to let go. A lot of artists think they can do everything by themselves, and it's hard to let go of what you've put time into and work, but some parts of it you're not capable of doing. And so what you are capable and great with doing, which might be the creative side, you're not focusing on, because your focus is on promoting or this or that. And you need to be part of a team. And teamwork for me is the most important thing. It's unity, basically. And so without it, you can't go nowhere. You can go somewhere because loads of people do it, but I think those are the exceptions and not the rule.
I love the sound where I make, my lad. Go on, continue.
And so with dealing with the industry, I can't say that I've had any issues with any racism or this or that, because I try not to put myself in that position, because I know how the world is. And end of the day, the music industry, the book industry, the tattoo industry, the art industry, you know, whether you're an electrician, they're all microcosms of a macrocosm, and the macrocosm is white supremacy racism. So wherever you go, you're going to be dealing with the same problems. And expecting it to be any different, it doesn't make any sense. So my approach to it is to first learn as much about just business in general, and then get to know how am I going to maneuver within this industry, because it has its own set of rules.
True. All right, to the book again, because we have a couple of minutes before we seal up still. Elroy is a character in the book where him full of wonders and curiosity. Is he based on anyone in particular?
It's a little bit of my own story. It is a little bit of my own story. I was told, you know, like I said, I was told Rastas are dangerous and they're super strong and they're all the crazy things. And I was always curious. And when I embraced Rastafari, the emperor and the movement, and then I started to shift in mindset. And then, you know, the inward feeling becomes a external expression. Your hair starts to grow, your beard starts to grow. You start to think differently, so you act differently, and you do things that separates you from society. And sometimes when you go back to that society, you don't realize how much you've changed until you realize that, oh, I'm the black heart man. People are moving funny towards me now because in my head I look the same. But obviously I've changed. But to other people, I'm the black heart man now.
Yeah.
And so that was another connection that made it easy to write the book.
So you're gonna continue the journey, or you looking to expand with Elroy, and what direction, you know, if so be the case, is there a sequel?
There's not going to be a sequel, no. But there will definitely be a book. The second book is in the process right now, and I also need to start looking into board books for children aged 3 to 6. Small bedtime stories, you know, that have a meaning behind it. And I want to cover as much of the youths as I possibly can, and then we'll see where the world takes us. But at the moment, I definitely want to keep writing and keep creating because the juices are flowing.
Yes, my brother, more strength, man. More strength on the journey. Yeah, more strength, more strength. And you know, what advice would you give to, you know, inspire, you know, authors who want to, you know, write, you know, cultural rich stories like, you know, what the I doing right now?
My advice would be to take your time. I think a lot of the thought process in today's modern world is that everything has to be done ridiculously fast. Everything has to be done at 100 miles an hour. You know, and now we have AI that stepped in and it's almost doing the work for us. But where I feel like when you take your time with something and you commit to it, even if you've got a heavy load, just take your time and do a little bit by bit by bit. The whole process of the Black Heart Man took me 2.5 years because it was just when I could find the time to do it. But if you have a mission or you have a goal in mind, it may take you 2.5, it may take you 5 years, but just keep trodding the trod and keep learning and try not to think from your ego, because that's where a lot of things fall down. You know, when you fall into this place of I know what I'm doing and everything's fine, and there's a lot of advice to give, but the main bit of advice that I'll give will be to take your time and don't do anything unless it feels right.
Yes, yeah, man. Pause, my brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, great reasoning with the eye, my lad. And yeah, I look forward to, you know, reading the book officially, you know, with my youths them. You know what I mean? Because I've got young youths myself, so, you know, I look forward to having a great read with them. I know they're going to find it fascinating still. So, I want to thank the eye for your work, my brother. You know, you're doing something great. What you have done is something great. You know what I mean? So, I want to thank the eye for, you know, your effort and your contribution. See? Yeah.
Give thanks. And the contributions just started, so and I want to give a lot more to the culture, because the culture gives so much out. You know, the like you said, a lot of the world is benefiting from the words of Rastafari, but they don't even know it.
I'm telling you, yeah, man. Yeah, man, for real. For real, my brother. So, we give thanks. You know, give thanks, and I pray that I will continue to, you know, make more inspiring work, and, you know, to continue to uplift and to inspire, you know, young youths. You know what I mean? So more strength and more love, my brother. You know, more blessing to you and your family.
Give thanks. Same to you. Love and guidance.
Yes, I give thanks, manners and respect. And thanks, got you, sorry.
I was just saying, and more prosperity.
Yes, yeah, man. Same to the eye, my lad. Give thanks for that. Yeah, man. Give thanks.
All right.
Beautiful. Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Yeah, man, tell ya.
In this world we words are in
Rob Daliftkid, author and illustrator of the Black Art Man. If you can't get the hardcover, you know you can go online, get the e-book, you know, the electronic one.
inside our soul too.
Yeah, man. Manners and respect, my general. More love and strength, okay?
To remain steadfast.
It's been a joy. Great reasoning with the eye. Mindset family with steadfast, you know. Give thanks to the item presence. It was great to be here. One more Wednesday. Yeah man, take care of the item self. And give thanks again, see? Steadfast. More love and strength until we meet at Nego's feet. King Selassie, Ijah, Rastafari.
Just take them by Jah, and the good and the evil. Both need the traffic order. Pray in my benevolence, God to bless the area, and remain steadfast. Remain steadfast. So try out things. Are you holding on or giving? From the crowd to the one that had the promises. It's the love that hold on with the fixes and a good heart. Come to this steadfast. Mean it and prove it. Steadfast. It's only when in time cemented.
Fire, baby. Fire, baby.
Steadfast. Oh, the good Lord and the bad Lord. Yeah, steadfast. Steadfast.
Me I tell you, mindset.
This world we words are inadequate to seek forgiveness. Just to tell the truth, speak the words too. Indescribable for what you've been through. A torrent you don't want to get into. For this exists to do. What you got? Families and world without end, compatriots and lovers, citizens and friends, caregivers and standing pillars, welcome again, 'cause this world happened, this world happened. Seraphim, got these things I sing. Let it become glad to see and bring all these things.
Me I tell you, mindset.
That subscribe button. See you on video. I just start the mind. Smash that subscribe button on the next video. I just start the mind. Smash that button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mind.